Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got my red iguana hand out today and we are going to make a Halloween nail design using some acrylic. So I've got a couple of companies, by a couple I mean two strictly. We've got Bexy Glow acrylics and we also have Glitterbels. You'll probably know Glitterbels, they are such a wide known brand I reckon at this point. I mean I feel like everybody, especially in the UK, know of them. And Bexy Glow is a very small local UK company and she kind of blew up on TikTok not so long ago and I am obsessed with her stuff and I'm constantly just buying more and more. So I thought let me kind of try and use some of her stuff today and show you guys what they look like. She sells this stuff. She's got like a stunning website. I just feel like she puts so much effort into everything she does and she absolutely deserves everything that comes her way because her stuff are literally amazing and you've seen in today's video. I've got a bunch of her acrylic. Quite a lot of my TikToks are about her acrylic because I just think they're amazing and nothing makes me more happy than promoting little small businesses, especially when they literally deserve it because it's absolutely stunning. So you'll probably see more and more acrylic-y videos. I'm trying to bring in a little bit more variety to my channel because sometimes just strictly doing nail art designs on tips can be a bit kind of like, I wouldn't say boring, but I kind of find myself getting stuck on ideas and motivation. So having a bit of a variety and me doing different stuff on the channel definitely will make it so much better. And even filming today's video just made me so much more happier and just nice for a change. I also wanted to give a very quick disclaimer. Acrylic is in no way, shape or form my kind of go-to nail product. Acrylic is probably the least of that actually. I am very new to acrylic, so please if you have any sort of tips and tricks, let me know them in the comments. I know that I don't always respond to comments, but I do promise that I do read them and I learn so much from you guys too. I am kind of just learning as I'm going along. I do watch quite a lot of videos on acrylic, so today's video isn't like a tutorial. You shouldn't always kind of follow what I'm doing. It's more me just kind of sharing the design idea and maybe showing you guys some new products and hopefully teaching you guys something, even though I'm still going on my journey of learning acrylic. So today I am using the blues from Bexy Glow. So we've got this stunning darker blue shade and she's also got this stunning glitter acrylic. I don't know why, I feel like I've got such a weakness to glittery acrylic. I mean, I guess it's not that shocking because I do include glitter in a lot of my sets, but acrylic for some reason in particular, and I know that you can just make your own glitter acrylic as long as you've got clear acrylic and you've got some glitter, you can make your own, but there's just something, I don't know, I just have a weakness for buying glittery acrylic. I don't have a lot of colours, but glitter ones, absolutely. So for our index nail, I'm going in for a glittery kind of ombre blend. So I went in with that nude shade from Glitterbels. That's our cover acrylic. And then I'm placing the glitter at the bottom part of the nail and kind of trying to fade it upwards and using some of the thinner, smaller glitters at the top there to kind of create that little overlap in a way. Now I'm working on my pinky. It's going to be the exact same nail. Here, as you can see, I picked up a bit more of a watery, slightly more watery bead, but I managed to save it, actually. I'm quite proud at myself today, guys. I wish I recorded my journey right from the start when I ever first got my acrylic and when I started working with it because it was horrendous. And even just looking at that pinky, even though I got it a bit too wet, I still managed to save the cuticle area somewhat and it still looks pretty neat and nice around the cuticles because guys, if you have seen my cuticles when I used to really practice, oh my god, I wish I had pictures, I wish I had videos, but it's almost one of those where you practice when you're practicing, so you don't even want to like record it because there's no point. But now looking back, I wish I did. So if you are kind of practicing learning anything, keep a I don't know, a folder or something of all the pictures and videos that you're doing because you'll be amazed with how far you come. And even today when I look back or even look at my nails right now, I do think to myself, I've still got such a long way to go. Like I'm just nowhere near done or perfecting what I'm doing. But if I had my other pictures and videos, I could have definitely seen that I'm actually doing so much better than I did before. But because I don't have that footage to compare myself, I have no idea actually how far I've come already. So little tip, if you do kind of practicing some, whether it could even be gel polish, if you're just practicing your nail art, just really keep a note of everything that you're doing, or at least maybe keep your tips that you're practicing on. I know me, I always throw them away because I'm just embarrassed, but I should keep them, I really should. So we are just finishing the pinky now. Then I am working on the ring finger, and for that one I decided to pick up the blue and just do a full nail in that blue. I feel like this nail was the one I struggled the most with. The glitter and the coloured acrylic, they're not cover acrylics, so I will need to cap them later on in the video. And so based on all the videos that I've watched on YouTube and stuff, I always see girls using the coloured ones very thinly just to kind of give the colour, and then they use the clear acrylic to build the structure and everything, which makes complete sense. And I was trying to achieve that with this nail, but for some reason, I don't know, I was just struggling. I feel like, I don't know what I was just doing wrong. It just wasn't going well. I feel like maybe I was also using beads that are way too wet, and there we go, it's flooding into the cuticles already. But in the end, it worked out well. We did just file it later. So another thing basically to say, you see how much I'm struggling. I'm trying to fix things up. Make sure you're wiping your brush quite often too. You don't want that getting stuck in your brush, because you all know once acrylic sets, it sets. And you're just going to ruin your brush, and the brushes are incredibly expensive, especially the good ones, because if you're going to get one from Ali or anywhere like that, it's just not gonna, I really like recommend getting a good brush, honestly. I know that it's painful to pay £30 for a brush. I know that I feel the same way. When I buy one, I cry, because you want to spend that £30 on acrylic, and you end up buying, let's say for £30 from Bexiglow, for example, you'll get what? 5, 10, 15, 20, like 6 acrylics. So you kind of think to yourself, oh, I'll prefer to buy acrylic than the brush, because that way you get more and you get different colors and stuff. But honestly, investing into a very good brush, 1,000,000% recommend. It has to be 100% Kolinsky. I know Bexiglow has their own. Today I'm using my Glitterbels brush. They have a really good stuff too. So those are the companies that I'm really recommending. But once again, please know that I am not a professional in acrylic. I am learning, and especially me as a learner, I find those products the most comfortable to kind of work with. I really enjoy working with them. I found them quite beginner friendly, especially Glitterbels. 1,000,000%. Bexiglow too, but compared to the two, I feel like Glitterbels I found even more easier to work with. But yeah, just check them out. Once again, Bexiglow, they're brand new. They don't have that many acrylics, although they still have a lot, to be honest, for how short she's been in the business for. But yeah, not as much as, of course, like a Glitterbels has been. I feel like they've been around forever. So do give them a go. I'll try and remember to leave links. You'll know I'm so bad at leaving links in the description. But if I remember, I'll make sure to leave them in there. So now for this nail, I wanted to do a French tip and then do the tip with the glitter. So I don't know what kind of I feel like it has a name for that technique, but I did do it off camera and it did work actually. So obviously each set that I always do off camera and then I recreate for the video. But when I had everything set up and I was doing the acrylic, I was like, oh boy, this is so hard to record and do. So I backed down, unfortunately, and I'm just going in with another ombre glittery nail, unfortunately. But I feel like it still came out looking cute. You see later on, I still did the same nail art on it, so you see why it would look better if it was a French tip kind of nail. But it's fine, it still looks super cute. So we're just going to go in with the glitter in just a second, pop it on there. I do show you me doing the cover, not the cover, the clear acrylic on I think maybe 2 nails, and then I just do the rest off camera. I did also go ahead and do the filing off camera as well, just because once again I just found it quite hard to just include it in the camera basically whilst recording. So yeah, and also recording these kind of nails is very new to me and my channel and everything, so just bear with me. If you like that kind of content, I will hopefully get better and better with getting the right shots and keeping everything in frame and just kind of, yeah, just getting it right. I feel like I somewhat got my tip videos right. Now I need to just figure out when I do fingernails and stuff right. For example, in just a second we'll be doing nail art, and that was very, very difficult. So you will notice, or you will see in just a second, how I went about that. So I'll get there when I get there. But here I'm just kind of trying to create that little blend with the glitter again, just pushing some of that finer glitter upwards, keeping the chunkier one at the bottom. And then that should be all the nails done. You do obviously just let them sit for a bit. I just went and got myself a cup of tea, I think. And then once I'm ready, you know that they're dry because they just become a bit matte. Or you can also just kind of tap on them and you hear like you hear the different noise. So if you tap them when they're wet or just about mid-cured, they'll have a different sound. So when you tap them when they're completely solid. So now I'm going with the clear acrylic. So you want to focus most of it where the glitter is, because that's where you cannot file it off, because it's not a core powder. You don't really need to focus too much on the nude bit because it is a cover powder, so you can go ahead and just file it. But I was still kind of trying to create that structure. I was focusing quite a lot on making sure my nails are very thin and not too bulky, because I know that's been something I need to work on as a beginner. But now that obviously I'm going with the acrylic, I can focus a bit more at the top. And I also found it hard to just apply the clear acrylic on the glitter and fade it upwards. That I kind of, because I didn't want to leave a sharp line where the clear acrylic is meeting the nude. So I thought, to avoid any little problems I might have, let me just put it right to the top and yeah, just avoid any of my issues. So that's one down. We are going to do the other one as well. I think I pushed the nail down, or I might actually add another little bit. No, I didn't. So I'll just push that one down. I'll work on my other nail. The red iguana hand that I'm using today is actually, I guess, just the older version, because shortly after I ordered that one, they came out with their new like 3.0, I think it is now, or 2.0. I think it's 3.0, which is such a bummer because I could have got the newer version, which is so annoying. But that's the one. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking I'm not going to get the other one just because they're quite expensive, and also I end up paying like a lot of like, what is it called, like postage tax or something. When you pick up your package, I had to pay tax on it, and it was like quite a lot, which was a bummer because the hands are very expensive as it is. Super worth it though, still definitely recommend. It was just a bit painful, just a lot painful. So yeah, and not until this one breaks, I am not going to go and invest in another one. But I have to say though, if it does break one day, I will go and get another one, because they are literally amazing. Literally the best hands. I have had a fair share of my hands. You guys haven't really seen all of them, to be honest, because you all know I just don't really do too many handy videos. But yeah, this one is by far the best one. I really want to try the Aliana hand, but yeah, that'll come at some point in the future. So there we go. We have now taken it all off. I filed it down and we're ready for the nail art. And I decided to bring my little one little nail and just take them off the actual whole hand and place it in there to make it easier for me to do nail art and kind of keep it in focus when I'm filming. It's a bit choppy, the next couple of clips. I'm kind of doing half of the nail design, then it cuts to it being finished. But you guys get the gist. It's very simple nail art designs. So for this pinky on the right hand side corner, I'm just going to do some spiderweb, or not some spiderweb, a spiderweb in the corner, and I'm going to do 3 of those kind of half circle-y lines to connect the lines together, and that's all I'm doing. So once I'm happy with that, I do go ahead and cure it, just in case I end up tapping it. But of course, if you were of course doing it on an actual client, you wouldn't just randomly put one into the lamp every nail. So this is just for my own comfort, since I'm not also a pro and I'm kind of learning. So now for the index nail, I'm going to do the exact same nail art design with my brush and my white gel polish, and I'm doing it on the other corner of the nail. So the pinky was on the right, the index is going to be on the left. And same thing, you want to do 3 of those half circle lines and connect the lines together and then pop it into the lamp. The white gel polish that I'm using today is from Glitterbels. It's their Unbelievable gel. So I thought it will be probably most appropriate to use it just because it's a thicker consistency. It's a natural nail art gel, so I thought it might be easier for me to draw on the nails. And I do think it was actually. I think it was. But yeah, I'm just going to connect those, pop it into the lamp. Then we have the no, not the pointer. Is it? Yeah, middle finger. Then we've got the middle finger to do, and that's the one where you're going to do a French tip vibe. So I did the smile line with the white off camera because there was no way I was going to do it on camera. I did try though. I did really try, but it wasn't working. Then you want to draw out lines from it, and once again, it's the spiderweb theme. So we are just going to do 1 down the center, then 2 on each side, and then once again do those little lines. I am so happy with how this one came out. I was so obsessed with that. I think there's quite a long clip in just a second of me showing you the kind of somewhat final results, because we still have to top coat them, of how they ended up looking. I really liked it. So I'm just going to do the last line there. Now it's time to do the little half circles. So connect all the lines together. This nail will have a lot of them. It will just depend really how many well, not how many, how long your nail that you're working on is. Because to be honest, if you're working on a super short one, then obviously you might end up just with just 2. But this one ended up having quite a bunch. But just keep going until you're happy. I mean, I wasn't really counting at this point. The other ones I was strictly counting 3. But this one I was just kind of doing the lines. And I wasn't even looking too much about where I'm adding the lines. But you want to kind of try and connect the lines so where one ends, the other one starts on the other side, if that makes sense. So just keep going. Once again, pop them into the lamp. The Glitterbels Unbelievable Gel cure in 60 seconds. So remember to do it 60 seconds because otherwise it will just not cure and it will wipe away if you touch it. So that one is done, I think. Pretty sure. I really, really like how it looks. So cool. So cool. So now it's time for that fully blue nail. So this one is very choppy footage. So I placed a skull in the center and then I placed 2 AB crystals and that's going to be the center of our flower. And I am going to create little flowers with my Glitterbels 3D brush, I think it's called. And I'm going to create some petals. I feel like I did a pretty good job at the top flower. The bottom one, it was okay. We're going to do another 2 flowers, but I think that's not included. You'll see in just a second what I do them. And the reason you could say that as a beginner I'm able to do this is I spent quite a lot of time playing about with 4 or 3D, whatever they're called, carving gels, and that has kind of given me the basics of how to push down to create petals, and that's why it's kind of working out for me. So that's, I guess, another tip. So if you're struggling with flowers, maybe try the 4D, 3D carving gels. They don't set, so it's kind of the same vibe where you place a ball down and then you press it into shape to make a flower. So do give them a go. I know I got mine ages ago on AliExpress, but I know they're on Amazon. They're quite affordable. They're, you know, they're just really not properly branded ones. I got the really cheap ones and I found them amazing to work with, super nice. So do recommend them if you're trying to practice the flowers but worried about the acrylic setting. So I did the 2 flowers there, then I did another one right at the top and one at the bottom, and then I'm just going to scatter a couple of AB crystals kind of in between the flowers, just around the skull, just to kind of, I just felt like it was a bit bare, it wasn't really fitting in properly, so I thought if I add a couple of extra crystals it might just kind of bring the whole thing together, and I do think like it did. I feel like it kind of covered up all the little gaps that I felt I created and kind of covered them up now, and I really like this one. I'm really proud of this one, I have to admit. Look at that, super cool. I wish this color was a bit like maybe a dark blue or something. It kind of isn't fully easy to tell sometimes that it is a skull, but I promise it's a skull. So that's gonna go in the lamp to cure the crystals. Now it's time to top coat these. So today I decided to go in with a glossy top coat because I really wanted that glitter to pop. I'm sure it looks super cool matte, but I was just so excited to see the glitter go all sparkly and nice. So I'm going in with a glossy one. I do go ahead and take the skull nail off the hand just so I can actually just get it twisted all around, 360 twist as I'm putting on the top coat, just so I don't get any of that top coat on the flowers or the crystals. I'm sure here and there I did because I was just using the brush from the bottle, but if you wanted to be super precise and you're recreating this on the client, just try and place a bit of the top coat on a little palette and then just apply it with a nail art brush, because that way it's super thin and you can get into all the little crevices and will help also the crystals stay in place. So here are the final results. What do you think? I think they're so cool and I'm so happy I finally got a chance to do some clear acrylics. Well, not clear acrylics, actual acrylics, and show you guys some brands that I have and I like to work with. Hopefully there'll be more and more to come. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about me also doing the red iguana hand kind of nails and stuff like that. I look forward to hearing what you guys think in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!